let me be clear, and I stated this when I talked about Kyrie in the past, I will state it again. He has done more at the same age, he's 25 now, but in his first 23 years of life, and that would have been his title and his first 5 years in Cleveland, he's done more than me. I give it up to him. He's a better basketball player than me. Give it up to him. He makes more than me. He's more successful than me. All that stuff is very true, but it does not make him above being talked about or above being criticized or above being discussed. There is no person on this planet that is above being discussed. So let's discuss. Here's how fake a lot of you guys are with Kyrie Irving and how little you guys actually understand about what he's doing or how he's playing. You guys are all on Twitter and all over these different networks and platforms right now talking about, oh, see how great the Celtics are with Kyrie and how bad the Cavs are without Kyrie. Oh, Kyrie he's still a top 5 player. He's still this great player. He is still, oh my gosh, you see him, best finisher in the league. I'm about to make a case and tell you why the Celtics are 10-2 despite Kyrie Irving. He has not made that team into a 10-2 team. That team is 10-2 because of Brad Stevens. That team is 10-2 because of their defensive intensity. And that team, I could even make a case, Al Horford has played a more valuable role in his total contributions to that team than Kyrie Irving had. Let me explain. Who would you take? I'm just going to give you a really quick example here. Who would you take? Kyrie Irving or Dennis Schroeder? Everyone's going to raise their hand and they're going to say, I'm taking Kyrie, of course. He's the better player, more talented, better finisher, better scorer, all that stuff, right? Well, are we going to take into account that Dennis Schroeder is averaging more points and assists than Kyrie Irving this year, shooting a better field goal percentage? Are we going to take into account that that Kyrie Irving is averaging less assists than DeMarcus Cousins, who is a center? If you ask me, that's not where Kyrie Irving's supposed to rank. And I get it. There's this huge backlash now that there's all these LeBron fans going at Kyrie and people are saying, well, you're really just, you're overestimating what he's supposed to do. And, you're just trying to be super critical because he's not playing with LeBron anymore. No, I'm giving you facts. And the fact is, Dennis Schroeder's not going to be an all-star, despite the fact he's played all-star level, and he's played better than Kyrie. He's just simply not a popular enough player to become an all-star, and he plays in Atlanta. Kyrie is averaging less points and assists than Dennis Schroeder, and is averaging less assists than a center DeMarcus Cousins. Those are facts. Here's my issue with it, and you guys killed me last year about 5 months ago now, because that was one of my first things I did. You guys killed me about my comparison of Kyrie Irving to Mo Williams. And I will still state, take the last 4 years of Kyrie's career, so those 3 championship runs, and this year now with the Celtics, or those 3 final runs, and you take the best 4 years of Mo Williams, Kyrie is 22-5, Mo Williams is 18-6, or 18-5.5. So if you want to round up, put him 6. Kyrie Irving is 4 points better than Mo Williams. And if you count the fact Mo's getting an extra assist, he's 2 points total contribution better. And that makes a top 5 point guard. Think about this. Kyrie Irving, for the superstar player that he is considered, has led his team in scoring 5 times and has led his team in assist 5 times. That means 50% of the time, he is the best player on the court at one thing. Okay? Well, here's the thing. The Celtics don't average a whole lot of assists as a team. And part of that is because Kyrie, the ball stops with him. But for some reason, he is the only person who is completely immune to that criticism. You guys, people in the media and just people on Twitter, just random fans, have ripped guys like Carmelo Anthony and Chris Paul because the ball gets in their hands and it sticks to them. But yet Kyrie, because he dribbles really fancy, and he's probably the best ball handler in the league, that's fine, that's a fair assessment. But because he dribbles fancier, he's a better ball handler, it means it's okay for the ball to just stick with him and not go anywhere. And the 5 times leading your team in scoring, isn't that what he's supposed to do? Isn't he supposed to be one of the best scorers in the league? Well, he's no longer playing with LeBron, right? And everyone's like, well, he's going to show you that he can do a lot more. To me, it seems like he's doing a lot less. But I get it. I'm a Kyrie hater. That's fine. don't be mad just because someone can fact check your guy and they can show you and have proof that he's not what you thought he was. But we love Kyrie. And why do we love Kyrie? Because, like I've stated before, the reason people love Kyrie Irving is because, especially if you are a younger basketball fan or you're in my age basketball fan, we grew up with guys like Allen Iverson, Kobe Bryant, Tracy McGrady, Vince Carter. We grew up with guys who are dominant one-on-one players, and that's something that you can relate to. Because when you go to the park to play with your friends, when you go to the YMCA to play with people, if someone scores one-on-one, you think more highly of them. And that's very true for even in the NBA. Kevin Durant came out and during the finals said Kyrie's better than Allen Iverson. I don't for a second think Kyrie Irving is better than Allen Iverson, but I understand the comparison because they are one-on-one players who can score on guys, and when you get scored on, it makes you think, oh my gosh, is this guy better than me? Oh my gosh, can this guy do this to other players? Like, there's a feeling of a personal attack when someone scores one-on-one with you. Kevin Durant was getting scored one-on-one against when he's guarding Kyrie Irving. He couldn't guard him. And that makes him think, oh my gosh, I think I'm a pretty good defensive player, and this guy's scoring on me. He must be this great. You know, to end this note, to compare Kyrie to other superstars, James Harden is probably the best offensive force in basketball, right, as far as a one-on-one player. And James Harden's always had the respect of a lot of guys in the league because he is such a dominant one-on-one scorer, and that's something that's really hard to do, especially at that level. But when did James Harden become an MVP candidate? When he started to pass the ball. When he started to become a playmaker for other guys, not just himself. If we're going to make LeBron the standard bearer, and we're going to say that's what the best player in the league looks like, then we have to trickle down that same logic, and instead of guys who just score being great, it's got to be guys who do everything. Why is Giannis getting a lot of attention? Because he can rebound, he can pass the ball. You take Cousins and Davis in New Orleans. You take a guy like Kawhi Leonard. Take James Harden, who I just said. Guys who are doing more, because LeBron has set this precedent that doing more is better than just scoring 25, 30 points a game. You have to put them all in the same box and give them all the same comparisons. So, if that's our comparison and that's how we're rating our superstars, Kyrie Irving cannot be considered a superstar because he does one thing. He is a scorer.